Good morning and welcome to the factory where they make the Ellipse aircraft in the Czech Republic. We arrived yesterday. Over here we have a little team of people. We've got James over here. Good morning, James. How are you doing this morning?
Good.
Did you enjoy yesterday?
I did, yes.
And then we've got the banana over here as well. And she's joined us on this little adventure. Now you might be wondering what I'm doing here. I guess it's not going to take a rocket scientist to work out that since I sold Nick's not long ago and it's been delivered, that I am in the market for a new aeroplane. However, there is a little bit more to it, which will become clear throughout the day. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and have a look around the factory and have a look at the production, and we're also going to take you flying as well in an Ellipse, and you can see what a truly magnificent aircraft these are. Yesterday, James and I got the privilege of actually flying one of these planes, and it was just astonishing. What did you think when you flew it yesterday?
Yeah, just phenomenal, really. A beautiful area to fly in, and just what an aircraft, really.
I can't believe the scenery, honestly. Yeah. It's just incredible around here.
No, it's stunning. Yeah,
it really is. And you know, to be able to fly over here is just such a privilege, and to fly an aircraft like that as well, it's just, yeah, I needed some pinching yesterday. And I definitely didn't sleep well last night, hence the glasses. I was far too excited. So yeah, we're going to go and have a look around the factory, see what the production facility's like, and see some of the aircraft that they're producing here too. And then we'll take you along on a little flying adventure later on as well. So this here, it's a bit of an information sheet about the Ellipse and when it was made, how many they've made. As you can see, fuel capacity, 120 litres, giving a range of over 1,000 miles. A standard engine, 100 horsepower Rotax 912 or 912 ULS. However, they have started fitting the 915 IS as well, which would make this an absolute animal. Typical empty weight is 325 kilograms. Maximum takeoff weight 600 kg, which puts it within our new microlight regs. And then you can have a look at the heritage of the Ellipse here and the inspiration, which obviously came from the fantastic Supermarine Spitfire. It took its iconic elliptical wing shape.
These are the three Czechoslovak World War II pilots whose courage and bravery serves as the inspiration behind Ellipse. Their pictures and stories sit on the wall in the factory with pride, and the passion this wonderful team has for what they're doing shines through above all else. The production line is organised and immaculate. Everybody has a specific role throughout the production. Their quality control is absolutely incredible, and I hazard a guess would rival that of any C of A aircraft in production today, with every part that's made allocated its own QR code, which tells you when its production started, when it was completed, who made it, and even how much it weighs. Every new aircraft's empty weight can be calculated at the point of order to within plus or minus 1 to 2%. They are available with a range of engines from the simple 912 ULS to the 915 IS and soon the 916 IS as well. A retractable landing gear is an option, as is a constant speed propeller, and a combination of these two options will give you an economical aircraft that's capable of transporting you over long distances in complete comfort. You can even have heated seats. Dual side sticks come as standard, however a traditional stick between your legs for both P1 and P2 is an option, as is adjustable pedals on both sides. You can have a basic VFR machine with Canadier instruments that will suffice for most pilots as well as keep the aircraft very light, but you can also go with a glass instrument display from manufacturers such as Canadier or Dynon with autopilot. I spent quite a lot of time at the factory and Martin was kind enough to show us around, so let's have a look at some of the different stages of production before I get to jump in an Ellipse with Martin and see what it's truly capable of.
For the final tuning, so you will have the instruments, the frame.
That's interesting, so you keep the main hardware for the transponder and radio in this one to keep it, is that for the weight distribution or space?
So actually space and weight distribution. The point is that 915 is quite heavy engine.
Yeah.
And it's quite fast forward. So in case you have a plane with the front, the center of gravity, what do you call it, center of gravity, to the front, then the plane is very safe, very stable. I would say extremely safe, but it's losing the performance. So in case you have the very back center of gravity, you have better performance, but it's more dangerous in case you do not have the full fuel in the fuel tanks or whatever. So we use all these radios and instruments just to be in the center. The experience is that in case we really find the solution that we are in the middle, we are not to the front and we are not to the back, then it's flying beautifully.
And the CFG is on the spar?
Yes. Yeah. So now in here you already have the details where you have, that will be testing my English. How do you call these bolts with the aviation, these very, very precise?
Yeah.
You always have some kind of very small play.
Yeah.
So we use these highly precise.
Yeah, my Eurofox is a
Yeah. Yeah. So just to really.
And they're adjustable too.
Right now it's just assembled.
Yeah.
But when we do the final checking, you will have the wire in here, and then when you do the checking, when we open, when it comes back for service, you do not have to touch it.
Yeah.
You just check. You have the wire there. So it's more expensive right now, it's more demanding right now, but it saves hours and hours and brings a lot of safety later.
And how, I see Rivian, so I'm assuming this is quite accessible, seats out,
Yes,
tray
yes,
out.
yes, yes. This is, to make it fully assembled, it will be 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
maintenance
Okay,
is,
so it's here, you can.
so access for maintenance is very good.
And are these heated?
These are heated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, this is how it goes. So you take this part, and it goes in.
Yep.
It's very light.
Yeah.
It's based on the aramid.
Aramid. The fibers?
The fibers. These are the fibers which will not actually kill you.
Yeah.
How do you call it? This.
Yeah. They
have-
they break up. And
They break
Yeah.
and they do not create the spikes or.
Yeah, yeah.
And this goes to the right. This goes to the left, and then you put just the seat. And when we do it, it's just based on click, click.
Yeah.
So you'll find.
So you can take it out. Yeah.
That's easy.
So this is just ready for this plane. So number 2 is just everything but avionics. That's correct. And this is avionics. In here they have it here because they do the, they
lights
prepare
and-
the lights,
Fuel flow.
fuel capacitors. And this is for the avionics.
Yeah.
So they already have the instruments in there.
Yeah, we saw them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we saw
There
that.
was no canopy. So yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, right now it's glued. The
Yeah.
canopy is glued, and they will prepare it so that we have really nothing in here. Must be smooth. And when this is done, we put the cowling. We go to do the engine test just here.
Okay.
The engine test is not the real engine test for aviation, but we need to be sure that we have all the fuel sensors are working,
Yeah.
that the pressure of the oil, that all the peripheries are okay,
Yeah.
and then it's final checking and test flights.
So when an aircraft's at this stage, how long until it's
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and because you already have
You've done
everything.
all the hard work. Yeah.
So when it gets out of the before it goes to the oven, they do the trimming.
This is the oven here?
The oven is over
thermal
there.
box?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what you have in the system is the production badge or production instruction, left aileron, production ID, and so on. Who is responsible? What time? When? This is the workflow: material preparation, inner structure, outer structure, checking, skins, demolding, finalizing, final checking. So this is like step by step, and you have to record each stage. So we know the minutes, we know the person, we know if there was everything okay. And this is called item list, would you call it?
Component list.
Component list. So that this is what you get from the stock. How many pieces did you get? How many pieces do you need to finalize this aileron? So 50, and sometimes because it's a resin, then you need half a kilo, but the guy who was doing that was given the big 50 kilograms barrel. So that we already know from the system that it will be eating or we will be consuming from the 50 kilograms. And they have the computer here, and the second computer is in the lamination, and the next computer is in the assembly. So this is like stages, because you are curing or you are treating that in a curve. So the first step is 60 degrees, 1080 minutes, and so far we have 238 minutes. And in here the reported temperature on the door is 47, and we have one more temperature inside the lamination, inside the plane, where it's usually 65, 67.
And that's recorded on the...
That's recorded, and it goes to the system, so we know that what was the temperature in the room and what was the temperature in the laminated piece itself. So this is the sanding. So this is what they got from the lamination. Production instructions, waiting for the people in the morning to start sanding. And even we try to have even the sanding should be clean and nice. First of all, because people are just working here, so that we do not create any kind of mess. So they have the vacuum table or the suction table.
So that stops the dust from going into the air. It brings it down.
So you just take the instrument tool you need.
I can feel it, yeah. That's clever. It's really clever.
This is the vacuum room.
It's scary in here.
You have 1, 2, 3. So in case we lose one, there is always something running.
Yeah, redundancy.
Because if you start vacuuming, you have to finish the process.
Yeah. Whoa. So you don't trip. An expensive fall.
So this is what you get from the mold. No modification, nothing. So can you guess the weight?
100 kilos.
100 kilos.
55, 60 kilos?
I would say 35.
Oh, wow.
How much?
35.
35 kilos. Wow. I was way off.
Okay, let's get it.
Well, you want me to lift it?
Yes?
By the back? Or?
Yes?
I'm expecting this to be heavy. I've just picked an aeroplane up. That's very light.
So that the ballistic system, they're tied in.
It's here, but in here you have only
Cavity.
one layer, but it's all nesting in this pocket.
Okay. And it just... And again, over the spar, roughly?
Over the suspension bar or the spar here, and over the engine bed mount. So this is already cleaned and waxed and waiting for the...
this is the mold?
This is the mold.
Okay.
So it will be... Right now it's covered because it's waxed and cleaned. If you touch it, it's like your shoes for your dancing lesson. And this is the structure. So you have the spar this part, and you laminate this box over this one. So it's shallow, no, hollow. And the reason is that you make it very stiff.
Wow, that's amazing.
But still able to move.
Yes.
Yeah. And the tank in here?
Yes. It's
Flat servo.
yes. Ailerons preparation for the flat. The geometry is done by these pins. So these are the same pins which are in the fuselage. So you put it together quite easily.
Yeah, like
This is-
locating pin. At the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for, I don't know, when the fuel is,
Or sloshing. Yeah.
yeah.
A baffle, like a baffle, is it?
No, because there'll be another. Is it an aluminium tank?
No, it's wet tank.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
And when you have,
Oh, so this is the fuel tank.
this is the fuel tank, and we call it wave breakers, or
Yeah.
but I don't know what is it in English.
A baffle.
Baffle,
Yeah.
okay.
Baffle, yeah.
Okay, like air baffle.
Yep.
So this is already ready with the slot, with everything, and it's 26.62 kilograms.
And that's with the hardware as well.
Yes.
Wow, that's lighter than a ninja's wing, isn't it? It's amazing carbon fibre how strong it is, but how light it is as well.
So this fuselage is just about to go for the final trimming,
Okay.
and this is being born. You use this part for the inner structures, and then the one with the inner structure goes over it. So the inner structure is always on the top. But in here, these are the
So just pull away.
yes. This is the pocket for the strap, and the whole fuselage where the cockpit is trimmed or rimmed or whatever that is with this aramid. You remember the vertical stabilizer? So now you can imagine what is the thinking behind the whole design. You have the two pins over there, you put it over it, and when you have the load goes to this spar, but this is again distributed immediately to the skins, to the whole fuselage. So there is no real suspension point
no
which
weak point.
takes
Yeah.
most of the energy. This is in here. The design in here is ready for the
Light stroke.
no the release
Oh, tug.
tow
Okay. Yeah, tow release.
tow release. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Have you got any towing?
Yes, but with the previous edition,
Okay.
450 kilograms.
Okay.
This one we hope for 650, like the other schools. So
Yeah. That'd be a 915.
yes,
So your folks have done very well with tug aircraft.
yes. And because the market will be the clubs,
Yeah.
if the
They
club
can use it for something else.
and the clubs will ask for universality.
Yeah.
So you pay 2,500 euros extra, but it give you the chance to spend Saturday, Sunday for towing and make the money, make it a mule, which will be making money.
A mule.
Over the weekend, over the week, it will be rented plane, and people will like to rent it because it's not a pony or any kind of plane which is used only for towing. And this is
Locates in this one.
so this is the bottom and this is the up.
Yeah.
So you have the T-tail, spar over spar with these bolts, and this is where you have the pin down, and the bottom pin is here.
Oh.
So the whole plane is already covered with glass. It's not because we would like to cheat or whatever, but in case you have a small scratch on the plane and you need to repair it yourself, you have to sand it.
Yeah.
And when people start sanding that, they should sand the glass, because the glass doesn't have any structural strength or role. So they sand into this
So it
material
stops it
and it's
from
okay.
getting the
If they
fibre.
start sanding directly to the carbon, then
Strength.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
So this is what we use for wings, and it's already sandwich material, glass and carbon. But for the rest, we do it in layers.
Yeah. And do you have repair procedures
Amazing,
for
isn't
it?
Yeah. We always make individual project for the repairs, or if it's something like totally broken, we do it here.
Okay.
Or the people are coming to make the repair.
Yeah.
So these are the tests for treating the resin. From whatever you prepare, you have to make a sample
And you keep that for...
for ages.
Okay, yeah.
We have huge stock of these.
But again, traceability.
Yeah.
After an intricate tour of the factory, it was clear that this was a brand that I wanted to be involved in, and after a short chat with Martin, he offered me the sole UK distribution rights for this fabulous aircraft there and then. Naturally, I jumped at this incredible opportunity and felt quite honoured that Martin had asked me to represent this incredible brand in the UK. This was filmed in June 2024, and since then we've been undergoing the type approval process with the BMAA. I'm hoping that this will be done very soon so that I can get my demonstrator and start selling some aeroplanes. You might wonder what's going to happen to my YouTube channel, and that I'm going to turn it into a sales platform for the Ellipse. Don't worry, I can assure you this will not be the case. I started this channel to document my flying adventures, and I'll continue to do so. The only difference will be that I'll be doing it in an Ellipse. Aside from this initial announcement video, I won't be attempting to use this platform for advertising. I might provide an update on its progress from time to time, but for anything sales or advertising related, I've set up a new YouTube channel for Ellipse Aircraft UK. This will be where I'll be putting the aircraft through its paces and will be a bit more salesy. Now it's time to buckle up and join me on a flight in the Ellipse with Martin, who's a very skilled pilot with a huge amount of experience in everything from gliding to competitive aerobatics. Welcome back. You're joining me in the Ellipse aircraft. I'm currently, as you're aware from the video, in the Czech Republic. What's this airfield called, Martin?
Friedland na Ostravici.
Okay.
Lima Kilo Foxtrot Romeo.
I understood. I'm going to voice over my pronunciation of that, so
Okay.
I don't offend anyone. We're about to go flying in the Ellipse. Now this is my second flight in 2 days in this aircraft, and it's incredible. It really is, and I can't wait to share it with you.
Okay.
Yep.
A prezident Radio Lima 1-2 na vyčkávací dráhy 26, potom 26 a vzlet a po vzletu pravou zatáčkou. Low pass.
a gentle one.
So where do you want to fly? To the factory?
We can do, yeah, absolutely.
Well, as you like for your video, so what makes sense for you?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. So the factory is in, and let's see if I get this correct, the pronunciation, is it Albertish?
Albrechtite.
Albertische.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, there we go. This whole area is just so beautiful. As you can probably see from the camera angles, it's incredible. And obviously we've been around the factory today, and just the passion that goes into making these aircraft is it's unbelievable. It really is. I've seen things today that I just didn't expect, and you know, nothing could have prepared me for the level of precision, workmanship and care that goes into creating these aircraft. And it's going to be a pleasure to be part of this journey. It really is. What a privilege to be up here, a day like today in the mountains. And it's a thermic day. It's hot. Air temperature 33 degrees. There's quite a strong southwesterly wind as well that's coming from down the valley, which is venturied along, but no problem at all on the takeoff. And this aircraft, even just as a passenger right now, feels very set and secure in its tracks. Very stable.
You can fly.
Sorry?
You can fly. You can take the control.
I have control. In which case, which way are we going?
Just like this.
That way.
Just keep the legs on the left.
The leg on the left.
And you're already quite far, so the plane will be sensitive.
It is, isn't it? You almost think it to do what you want it to do, and it does it. The side stick is very intuitive, actually, already, immediately. I've never used a side stick before, but automatically it feels...
It's very comfortable because you use the armrest.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's impressive. So we're currently 180 kilometers an hour airspeed.
Yeah, we are still climbing.
Yeah. Do you want me to stay about this height, or yeah, I think?
Yeah, that's it. You fly 2,300 up to 2,500.
Understood.
And you will have about, now I go for 4,950, and we will have around 200
kilometers an hour. One thing that I can feel straight away about this aircraft, obviously we're up in the mountains, there's a great big flat cloud, lenticular cloud here above the peaks of these things. It's a thermic all day, and the aircraft is requiring very little correction at all. Very little. It's just riding the bumps. I honestly don't think I've flown in anything before that does ride the bumps this well, this light.
And it's thermal, and you still fly almost 200.
Yeah.
126.
We are ground speed 226 kilometers an hour is a fair old speed.
And you will kick the thermal right now. Let's wait for it if there is something.
Of course, you're glider pilot, aren't you? So you'll know where they are.
Yeah, it's here.
There it is. But there's no dramatic change in altitude, there's no pitch up, there's no real upset, it just cuts through, which is impressive.
The factory is to the left.
To the left, okay, so we'll put a turn. Clear on the left. See if I can do a nice level turn. Which way now? Over.
A little bit more, a little bit more.
Doesn't require much rudder either.
No, it's nice and stable, I think. Okay, now we fly 340 degrees.
Ah. Oh, this is lovely, Martin, it really is.
Yeah, and you feel very comfortable with it. Your 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes of full control of the plane, and it feels very natural, very organic.
It does. I've never had control of this aircraft before, and it feels fantastic. It's, I mean, the only reason I'm not touching anything to do with the throttle or the propeller, I've not done any training on variable pitch yet, so, you know, I'm just pointing it where it needs to go, letting it sort it out, which it seems to have quite a clever system.
It's okay. It does all the job for you. So you just have the manifold 26, manifold, it's 75%, 4,950, this is the recommendation by Rotex, and we are flying 197, 95, 200 depending.
Yeah, it's spot on, isn't it? Lovely.
And yeah, the factory is just, so you can make a right turn and have a look at the village or city, and we'll see the factory.
Where is it?
Ah,
there it is, I've got it, round there. So speed is okay. Wow. And that's where we were this morning. That was probably 5 minutes of flight. It took us half an hour to drive there.
Yes, yes, it's half an hour.
Morning.
And was 7-8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very intuitive to fly. I didn't think I'd get on with the side stick that well, that quickly. That was probably, if I'm honest, that was the one thing I was thinking, oh, you know, am I going to be okay with that? But straight away, it feels so much better than having a stick here,
yes,
and having your hands sweating
yes,
on your leg.
Yes.
You know, that's what I find when you're flying one of, you know, like the Eurostar or something like that. You tend to get quite a sweaty leg. Come around to the right again. Yeah, I mean, we're in quite a relatively, well, not, it's not a steep turn, but it's a steeper turn, and it's got no tendency to want to snatch the controls from you or anything like that.
You know, you can make the turn with 208 kilometers. You would like to make the turn, you make the turn.
Up to 208, is it? Yeah. Is that the manoeuvring speed, is it? Max manoeuvring, VA?
But the definition is that with the full controls.
Oh yes.
And
yeah,
you never use full controls, even if you would like to make something very agile or
recovering that height that I lost.
So the VRA, rough speed, air speed.
Your speed in rough air, yeah.
Yeah, speed in the rough air is 248.
Oh, 248?
Yes.
Oh.
The markings are wrong in here.
Oh, 248, wow. Wow, so you can quite comfortably penetrate through rough air at 248
so
kilometers.
that when you compare it with the other planes, you have a lot of very good planes, and when you are flying on a difficult conditions, strong wind, thermal day, they immediately have to slow down for 180 because it's not comfortable, and you have to use the full control to keep the plane.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And in here, you know, it's very stable, so...
It is, it's very stable, actually. Very, very stable. It's just goes where you point it. There's no a lot of microlights, like true microlights, that are, you know, the older generation of aircraft. They have a tendency to get very affected by thermals and gusty wind up top, but it feels like there's just nothing that can. There's nothing daunting about it.
Yeah.
It feels very safe. Would you
Fly a little bit to the left, we have TMA here.
Got you, understood. Turning away
Nice
from that.
there. Oh, I'm happy because you know, you are flying 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you are already reacting very organically to the plane. So
I think that speaks for the plane rather than me. You know, that's a compliment to the aircraft that it's able to do that.
no, but when I fly with people who fly for the first time, they do not feel the speed, because for them the speed is the number in here.
Understood.
But the speed, when you control the plane, it's also how sensitive it is, how you work with the speed, how you use the dynamics of the plane.
Yeah.
All that is in speed.
Would you like to take me for a pass down the lake again, like yesterday?
Yeah.
Be able to do that?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I
You
should-
have control. I very much enjoyed that yesterday. Woo. Wow. Oh, Nick. Terrible, aren't I? I need to go and do an aerobatics course. That's what I need.
It will be windy and bumpy, but
That's a good little test then, isn't it? Oh yeah, of course we're on the lee side of the hills, aren't we, as well? On these,
but
all
we
these
are
trees.
flying to 41, 42. No hands.
Oh.
Let it fly.
Incredible.
Okay, steep climb.
Okie dokie. Whoa!
Seventeen, 18 meters per second.
Wow. That climb performance.
Still,
That's wonderful, that, Martin. I'm happy to head back if you are and take James. Yeah, I'm more than
okay.
happy.
So
That's lovely.
yeah, so that we have some time for dinner and
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I'm already sold anyway. I think that's fantastic. It really is. It's such a stunning aircraft to fly, and to do it here as well is like probably one of the best aviation experiences I think I've had so far. So thank you.